I really don't know what all the fuss is about Jack and his subconscious having suicidal thoughts. This is me on a normal basis. Kill yourself. You're not worth it. No, I have so much to give. I am loved. No, you're not. You're worthless. Just end it. No, I have so much to live for. I have no idea what that intro just was, but let's pretend that never happened. Anyway, we open up the episode with Aku, like that little scene. I don't know if it was a comedic skit. I love the sound effects for Aku. It's something that always was at the back of my head as a kid. Aku has like a stick figure, tree sort of vibe, sort of feel, and I don't know, I'll just try and emphasize the sound so you understand what I mean, but it was always there in the original cartoon and they brought it back here, which is awesome. And then he's so serious, so I'm like, I thought in season 5 that Aku would see is this demonic, like real grounded, yes, an entity of evil. But no, Samurai Jack is still the same. I don't see anything different other than the fact that Jack is different, but the world he lives in is still the same. And I think that says a lot because I expected a completely different cartoon, like a continuation in the 21st century, but the creators kept it so close to how it used to be. I know you guys are tired of hearing this by now, but they kept it so close to the original material. It's insane. It's so good. And then we have these mud people, which I'm like, ugh. You can actually see or hear the difference in Aku's voice. It's just there. Aku can never be replaced. That's a fact. But the voice actor is so incredible. And then there's a little scene of Aku giving himself therapy. It's like Aku is also going insane, you guys. He's destroyed all the time portals, and I think subsequently, like, what's what I'm looking for? He doesn't have purpose anymore. Like Jack was his purpose for the longest time. But when you think about it, when Aku sent Jack to the future, he even forgot Jack existed. So when Jack came back, did that like revitalize his life, or is it just Jack's continued existence that's making everything frustrating? Because okay, I can't kill this person and I can't send him back to the past. So he has to continue living here. That is an incredibly like hard reality to accept. And then the creep factor of Aku shot by 10,000 when they did this scene. It was like, okay, are you talking to me, please? No, please. That was hella creepy. I loved it. Then we see a white wolf walking through the woods and it's also getting attacked. Like, you could just see the symbolism, and a part of my head was like, don't be cliche of the wild animal is in the same situation as the protagonist, but they did it really, really well here. I loved it, and I think I'm saying that a little too much for this like review. We have Jack. At first I thought it was the daughters of Aku that were coming after Jack. Apparently it was that huge robot things that the scientists were saying, we did it, master, we did it. But Jack took it down super easily, and then the daughters of Aku came and they just wrecked Jack up. Like, this guy was desperate at a point, and I also saw an animation error. Here he has no shoes, but like 10 seconds later he has shoes. So I don't know, was it for the trailer they animated that scene, and then when they tried to put it together with the initial episode, he just had to have boots on because of the rain scenes and stuff like that. But that's just something I noticed. I can be a little more nitpicky than cinema scenes. They got nothing on me when it comes to cartoons. Sometimes I see so many animation errors and I'm just like, yeah, that's very evident. But anyway, the daughters of Aku come and wreck Jack up, and he has this internal monologue with himself of, I actually predicted this, I don't know, but Jack is tired of this timeline. He wants to end it. His ancestors are waiting for him, and that thing is probably coming to get him. But if Jack is supposed to be 70, I think he should still be alive. I don't know, don't Asians live to be like 120? I'm not racist, but Jack's old self. I don't know what embodiment this is of Jack. Is it the desperate side or something? But he doesn't want to live in this time. He just wants to end it. But like also I said, I don't think in my last review, Aku doesn't know Jack doesn't have his sword. And if Aku finds out that Jack doesn't have his sword, that's the end. Jack's it's over. So all hope is lost. So why is Jack continuing this journey when he doesn't have the sword and he doesn't have a way home? What purpose does he have now? Why is he still moving forward? So that's something you have to think about. Why shouldn't he just end it? I'm not saying he should kill himself, but why do you continue to live? Because if Aku finds out, he's gonna kill you. You can't die. You don't have the sword. Why do you continue to exist and just torment yourself? That is that is amazing writing, you guys. Wow. And in this episode we see desperate Jack. I really don't like it when Jack is put in desperate situations. It really just makes me sad. But we see Jack just desperate here, just fighting to stay alive because his subconscious or whatever told him that he's never faced any foe like this before. I highly doubt that, because Jack has faced some foes where it's like, yikes. We see the beautiful, gorgeous scenery that is so symbolic with Samurai Jack that you will never appreciate as a kid. The sound effects was amazing. I really did feel like I was in a rainstorm, and I just loved rain, you guys. This type of feeling. So for the fact that they made me feel like this was just awesome. The Daughters of Aku are just relentless, and they are essentially what I thought they'd be, just skillful assassins who, yeah, you really wonder how Jack survived, because if it's just him against one of them, that's okay, but you see him against 7 of them, and I'm still baffled at how Jack's training is so good that he can still survive situations like this. Like, what? These girls were ruthless. Like, they pulled out all the stops, but Jack is always the master. You can't touch him. Like I said, he had training from all over the world. I don't know if that helped, because these girls maybe just had a specific set of training from just one location. They were in one standard location and learning from basically the same people, just strength, agility, and all that stuff. So there's only so much they can learn. Whereas Jack basically learned everything. And there's also a scene where he fell down and he was down and injured, and normally somebody would have to rest, recuperate. Not Jack. He just got up and continued running. I don't know if that's possible in real life or just for him, because I always used to see that in shows or cartoons, like, okay, get up and move, but the person can't move. But in this case, Jack got up and bolted because he knows he cannot afford to rest. And there was this scene with the bug and him in a coffin, and the bug's light was fading. I don't know how that tipped the Daughters of Aku off to where he was, or maybe it's like also symbolic of Jack's time is running out. Oh boy, this fight scene, oh my god. Look, personally, I love when this show creates any excuse to show us a near naked Jack. I love it, you guys. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a woman and I appreciate seeing this type of physique, and it's a cartoon character, let's not forget that. But yeah, there's also this thing with Jack's beard where when they cut it off, it instantly became like gray in some scenes. I don't know if that's also a coloring error or it has something to do with beards. I don't know. I'll ask my boyfriend. I don't know much about beards. It's not a topic I generally look into. And these girls are strong. I think they broke an axe in half. Like, what? And then after everything, when Jack is bolting the fuck out for his life, like, he is gone. He doesn't want any of this shit. Like, the sequence of him running through the tunnels was so well done. It just kept me captivated. And then I remember that Aku was behind him, so I don't know how she got in front of him and how he left all the others so far behind, maybe because of the mazes and everything. But yeah, I rewinded that part where he slit her throat so many times, because it's like, okay, yeah, with robots it's just go for the kill, but in this case he doesn't have time to assess, okay, they're machines, they're humans. He's just, I need to live, got the sword, slap, dead. And it was so brutal and brutal. Like her head banged back, her mask broke, and when she fell down, he saw blood, and then the mask opened, and then he saw a face. So I don't know if him killing a woman will be more impactful for him than a man. I don't know. And hasn't Jack killed aliens before? I need to look into that. But this show, you guys, this episode, like, I even tweeted about it. My eyes, after the episode ended, I was like, what did my eyes just witness? It witnessed greatness. This was awesome. At one point in this episode, I think I shouted like La ilaha illallah. If you don't know, that's a Muslim Islamic thing. I'll translate it on the screen, because this show got me to a religious level. What? It was that good. And then Jack, when he got stabbed, I was like, oh, suck it up. Some people have gotten it worse. And then I'm like, okay, try imagining a blade that deep in you. I probably wouldn't move as well. It would hurt. I feel like us Africans have a higher threshold for pain than some of you Americans. I'm sorry, but it's just the truth. But yeah, as he's walking, you can hear the sounds of the dripping blood on the ground. It was amazing. This episode pulled me in. I connected a HDMI to my laptop to the TV, so I was trying to watch it, and then there was like a power outage, something that happens where I'm from a lot. So I had to finish watching this on my phone just because I needed to watch it, but it still captivated me, and I was watching it on a screen that's no bigger than my palm. So for them to be able to do that on that scale in such a small device, I mean, this episode is just all consuming. It was good. And then we just have Jack looking at the water, just succumbing, just telling me, come embrace me, and then he just falls. And then they showed the dog at the end, and I'm like, oh, I forgot about you. Yeah, you dead. Just look at that dog. He's dead. He's dead, you guys. Let's not lie to ourselves. But he really tried against those beasts. Like, he fucked them up. Like, even since the beginning of the fight where their teeth just clawed on him, I just thought he was gone. So if this is symbolic of Jack, does that mean this is how Jack is? Because I think this Jack is more this dog is more fucked than Jack is. Like, oh god, doggy. And the worst part is he was fighting against like cats, and I like cats more than dogs. I'm sorry, but these cats deserve to die. And lastly, on a closing note, the daughter of Aku that died, it was something that was like in my head where I was like, okay, yeah, eventually one of them will die, or it will be for Jack's first human kill. It was actually spoiled for me, thank you Vox, on Twitter, and I was like, okay, I saw her and she wasn't any of the daughters I liked. I liked the one with curvy hair, the one that likes Ashi a bit. I hope I even pronounced her name right. The last episode I was pronouncing her name all wrong. I like Ashi too, and I like the one with spiky hair. So I thought the one with spiky hair was the first to go, because I was like, it's always the punk ones, the cool looking ones that are first to go, but this one is generic and whatever. But they were born and raised in captivity. All they know their lives was training and whatever. They never enjoyed their life, and now one of them is dead. So yeah, it's sad because your life was basically meaningless, I'm sorry to say. And I wanted the daughters of Aku to have a better life, but it's a generic one that was killed, so I don't think it hurts me as much. If it was the spiky haired one, I would have really felt it much more on a on a deeper level. But yeah, I think all the other daughters are gonna die, and only Ashi will be left, and maybe she'll go out into the world and try to find purpose again. But it's so sad that these people's lives were basically wasted. Like, these girls had nothing to live for. They had let's just hope that in this world, well, there is another plane of existence in this world. There's the afterlife, so let's hope they have a better life then. But they were assassins, so won't they go to hell? But if you think about it, they didn't know what they were doing was wrong. They were raised by someone else to do those wrong things, so that person should go to hell. And they this is all levels of fucked up people. Oh yeah, something else I also forgot to add in the last episode. And to think the last episode, there's only 2 episodes so far, and there's so much to talk about. I have a theory why the daughters of Aku are all female. I don't know if I'll make this into a more concrete video, but it's not really a theory, it's just a thought. Aku is perceived as male, obviously. The mother is a female, obviously. And I even saw somewhere on Twitter someone joking about that people always assumed Aku was gay, so that's why the creators made him have kids to debunk that. But if Aku sires children with a woman, he doesn't have any X or Y chromosomes because he's not a human being. So obviously the children or the fetus won't have any I think women were XX. Yeah, Carl XY, so guys are XY. I use that show as a way to understand what a guy's chromosome, whatever is. So there won't be any Y chromosomes to come into the fetus to make it a boy. So all the kids will be girls. So that's just a little something I think. I think should be the reason why they're all girls. It'll make a lot of sense if you think about it. But yeah, that's all from me. What 15 minutes? What's with me and these reviews? Okay, I am going back to 5 minutes, people. This is unacceptable. But yeah, anyway, thanks y'all so much for clicking to watch. Please do not forget to read my books on Wattpad and support me on Patreon. And as always, do not forget to like, comment, subscribe, and stay awesome. This is TVC signing out.